What is up, Lions Nation? Welcome to Lions. We are Lions Nation podcast. I am the Soul Man. That over there is the Stat Man. And before we get into our picks for this week's games, I gotta throw it over to Stat Man. He's got something he wants to say and do for us tonight.
So, for the first little bit of the show, we're going to do a brief moment of silence for Charlie Kirk. He was a mentor, he was a big protester in freedom of speech. He was expressing his freedom of speech today when he got shot in the neck and killed, unfortunately. We live in a time where people, sorry, people get so upset about what other people have to say. And it's a great thing about our country and the great thing about the Constitution is that we have that freedom of speech and we should be able to say it wherever we're at, public setting or not. And I don't know, it's just sad. He's a father, he's a husband, he's a son of somebody. And it's just a sad day that we have to live in. Another school shooting today as well. So it's just getting bad out there. So we need to come together as people and just start being more respectful of each other and care about each other. And so I'm going to take it right now just to do a brief moment of silence.
Hey,
All right.
thank you, Stat Man, for that. He came week before we came on the air. Stat Man brought that up to me. I didn't know anything. I didn't know who he was. I don't watch a whole lot of the political stuff, but um, I seen it on the TV at the gym today, and that's when I first found out about it. And then, of course, I let Statman know that I also seen that there was a school shooting again today, and I agree with the Statman, and I'm sure a lot of people agree that it's sad today that we live in a country where this has become the norm for us. It almost seems like once a month we're hearing about a school shooting or a guy standing outside a church and shoots in and through the window killing a bunch of kids and stuff like that. And it's no good, man. It's no good. Obviously, these are our opinions, but I mean, when is something going to be done? When is enough going to be enough? Probably never, set, man. Not really.
Yeah.
I
And I
don't
don't
see
care. And a lot of this had to do with political views. And I don't care what side of the aisle you stand on, right or left. We need to come together as a country and become that United States of America that we were born in, because I don't know, it's just sad. We're all divided.
Yeah. Perry is in the house and says, "What's up?" And then he said, "R.I.P. Charlie." Thank you, Perry, for hopping in. And I got to thank everybody that has been commenting on TikTok, Facebook. We have 246 subscribers now, Statman, so gained a couple more. Um, our TikTok page has been getting a lot of activity, and that's awesome. So if you guys are watching from over there, you saw us over there and you came over, thank you. We appreciate that. And yeah, just make sure you're sharing with everybody, share our podcast out there, and let your friends know about us because we love doing this for you guys. And tonight it's Wednesday, Statman, so that means it's our pick'em show. We're gonna give you guys our picks for who we think is gonna win this week's matchups for week 2, and we're gonna give you guys our lock and upset picks.
Are we going to go over the current record?
We will do that too.
We should probably do that first. See
I
where we're
know,
standing.
I know, Statman wants that record to be seen. And there it is at the bottom right now. Statman is leading 12. He's 12-4 after last week, and I am 11-5. We both had a loss from the Lions, so that's one thing.
Yeah, then I switched my pick from the Vikings to the Bears, so there's one of my losses too.
So after week 1, I am 11-5, and Statman is sitting at 12-4. Early lead for Statman, but I hope he doesn't get his hopes up because that's the last time he's going to be leading this year.
Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed.
All right, so we're going to go through each of the games and let you guys know who we picked. The first, well, actually, what I want to do first, Statman, is I want to let people know for the game of the week who the fans decided on. Thank you for participating in the game of the week. America's game of the week for week 2 is the Chiefs taking on the Eagles, and 78% of you guys are going with the Eagles. We did have some comments in there as well. Let me pull that up real quick. Chad Erickson said Chiefs won't lose back-to-back games to start the season, and Phil said go Lions. So Phil's just throwing in a go Lions in there. Thank you, Phil. But yeah, so you guys are going with the Eagles on that one. We'll have to see. We'll have to see if the nation gets it right because you guys are actually 1-0 right now, I believe. I believe they went with the Bills. The nation picked the Bills last week, and the Bills won. So 1-0 for the nation.
I picked it. I voted Eagles.
All right, so Statman, game 1, Thursday night football tomorrow. Tomorrow night, we got Washington heading into Green Bay to take on the Fudge Packers. We both know who we are going with on this one. I think
And this is also my upset pick. Washington over Green Bay.
Yeah, it is your upset pick. You remembered. And I will put these picks up at the end so everybody can see. I also am going with Washington as well. I think Washington's going to be. I just honestly think Washington's going to be too much for Green Bay. Perry's going with the Commanders. Perry, it's really nice to see you in here. I'm glad you've been tuning in. Thank you, buddy. We appreciate it. Game number 2, Statman, we got the Jaguars heading in to Cincinnati to take on the Bengals. We both are taking the Bengals on this one.
Yes, we are.
So first 2 games, we agree.
Jaguars, I don't know. I just didn't see enough of them in the first game. So
yeah,
Bengals didn't look too hot either, but they were going against a division rival with the Browns, in-state teams, Cleveland, Cincinnati, both in the same state. So I see Cincinnati coming out on top.
If you're watching this, Dar, you need to be throwing your comments in. Sorry. Yeah, I think the Bengals are going to turn it up this week. I think they're going to hit full cylinders, and I don't think the Jags are going to stand a chance. Perry, though, is taking the Jags. He says that Hunter is going to go off in that game, and the Jags are going to win. So Perry's taking the Jags.
It's not going to be enough.
No. We got the Rams taking on the Titans. Statman, we both are going with the Rams in this one. I don't think the Titans look too good this year so far, or the rest of the year.
Yeah, so based off the first game, their offense looks abysmal. Cam Ward, I mean, he was putting some balls out there, but you're getting drops even by their top receiver, Calvin Ridley, in wide open positions, and I just don't know. I just don't see him doing much.
No, me neither. And then I think this is another easy. So far, Statman, we were on the same page. When we were on the same page again, because we have New England going into Miami. We all seen what happened with Miami last week, and yeah, I don't think right now you can take Miami. So
trash.
Perry says Rams. I'd say for sure. Titans didn't play awful. They could be good towards end of year. Thank you, Perry. Statman, this is the first game that we went opposite ends. And it is the Bills and the Jets, which reveals my upset pick of the week, and that is the Jets upsetting the Bills. That's what's going down.
It's not happening. The Bills are going to dominate the Jets. The Jets should have had the game last week against Pittsburgh. Just kind of shows kind of where they're still in that new head coach, new system kind of thing. I think the Jets.
Statman. It's called an upset pick. This is going to be an upset. Justin Fields and the Jets are going to throw the Bills out of town. That's what's happening. Mark my words.
You might as well pull out a crack pipe and smoke it.
Perry says another great game. All come down to the wire.
I think the Jets are going to put up a fight. I just don't see them being able to withstand the Bills, especially after that huge fourth quarter by the Buffalo Bills last week. And if Josh Allen puts on a show like that, sorry, Jets, you're going to have a long game.
That's why it's my upset pick. In all reality, I look at the games and I see what team do I think really would be an upset if they won, and I gotta go Jets on that one. We got the Browns taking on Baltimore in Baltimore. We both went with the Ravens in this one. Giants taking on the Cowboys. We both went with the Cowboys on this one.
Yeah, and I hate picking the Cowboys on anything. They're one of my most hated teams. But yeah, I think they're better than them. So
Perry says Henry train. Choo choo. Statman, you know one thing I'm gonna say here is I hope your brother is doing something really important, because he begged me for months and months to do this podcast again. He's nowhere in sight.
What a shame.
He's our number 2 fan right behind Perry.
Yeah, I don't know where he's at. He's MIA.
I
Miami.
do not like to pick the Cowboys either, but when you're going up against the Giants, I think the choice is clear on that one.
Did you hear what I said?
My lock pick, by the way, was Ravens over the Browns. That's my lock for this week. What did you say? Did I miss something?
I said Dar's MIA like Miami.
Yeah. Oh, we already did your lock pick too, Statman. Your lock is New England.
Yeah.
So those are our locks.
New England beating Miami.
Yep. My upset is the Jets over the Bills. Statman's is Washington over Green Bay. And my lock is the Ravens over the Browns. And Statman's is New England over Miami. We got the Bears coming into Ford Field. The Lions season opener at home. Home season opener, I guess. I should say home opener. Against the Bears. Statman, of course, we both are going with our guys. Obviously. The Lions. Easy one.
Switching my pick. No, just kidding.
Every time in every Bears game just switches the last second.
Maybe it'll make them lose.
Well, all I can say is we're going to talk more about the game in our pregame show on Saturday, but I'm really hoping for a turnaround. Don't let me down, Lions. Don't give me another L on my pick column. Perry says Lions stomp 45-17. There we go. We got the 49ers heading into New Orleans to take on the Saints. Statman, you and I again are on the same page. We're both taking the 49ers in this one. I'm assuming that you didn't see a whole lot from the Saints last week.
They look decent. Spencer Rattler doesn't look horrible. I I don't see him sustaining the team thing. And they got a new head coach, Kellen Moore. He's young, great offensive mind, by the way. A lot of people don't realize this, but he was Dallas's offensive coordinator the last few years with Dak Prescott, and their offense was pretty good with him coaching it. So I see the Saints eventually getting it turned around. I just think San Francisco, a little tough. I mean, even though Mac Jones is going to be the starting quarterback for San Francisco, I think they're still going to be doing good.
Kittle, I think Kittle might be out too.
Kittle is out for multiple weeks.
Yep. So, I mean, if McCaffrey can stay healthy, that'll help, but it might be closer than what I thought initially. That game.
If the Saints pull it off, it's going to be their defense that does it.
Yeah. We have the Seattle Seahawks, who was my upset pick last week that didn't go well for me. That's why our records aren't tied, because of that game. But Seattle going into Pittsburgh, man, last week, Pittsburgh looked good. I'm not going to lie. Aaron Rodgers looked good. So I think that the Steelers are going to take this one. And
they looked rough at the beginning of that game against the Jets, but Aaron Rodgers came out and did the old gunslinger thing that he's used to doing.
And I think the difference what we're seeing this year is Aaron Rodgers moving around. I think, what is he, 2 years off of that Achilles now? This is like year 3, I think, from that. Or is it year 2 right now? Either way, I think he's more comfortable now. So he's going to start moving around a little more. So I don't know. I liked what I saw in Pittsburgh. DK Metcalf, Rodgers going to be killer combo, says Perry. That's where I was going with that. And
then their secondary looks good too. They got Darius Slay, Jalen Ramsey, and then they just added Jabril Peppers.
Yeah, so only getting better.
That defense is crazy.
Now, Statman, we're going to go into the late games. We got Denver going into Indy, take on the Colts. We both went with the Colts in this one.
Yeah, Daniel Jones surprised me.
Yeah, I was going to say the same thing. I like what I saw with that Colts offense. It looked pretty good.
I got one point to bring up. Isn't it crazy how Daniel Jones looks with an actual offensive line?
Yeah. Yeah. That's happened many times, though. That he's not the first quarterback to go to another team and turn it around, because they had a good offensive line and better players around him. They might make some noise over there with the Colts.
You see the pocket he's getting with the Colts offensive line? It's absolutely insane. He's just standing back there. I mean, granted, it was against Miami, okay? And Miami's trash. But still, Daniel Jones wasn't scrambling and running around for his life like he was with New York.
This will be more of a test for the Colts. Perry is going Broncos. He said Nix is going to get it together this week. I think he might have what's the word I'm looking for? I'm pretty sure that's Perry's quarterback, if I remember correctly, in fantasy football. So he's got to get
a little bias there. A little bias.
Yeah. Next game, we have the Panthers going into Arizona. Statman, you're taking the Cardinals. I'm taking the Cardinals as well. I think the chemistry, and I may have a secret agenda in this one, continues with Kyler Murray and Harrison Jr. I think that continues, gets even better. And yeah, I think the Cardinals are just going to be too much for the Panthers.
I think Kyler Murray gets hurt in the game.
No,
I'm just kidding. I was just saying that because he's on your team.
He's on one of the teams.
Yeah.
I
know you like Mighty Mouse.
How do you know? That's my favorite show. I tried to keep it together there, like not laugh, and it didn't work. Statman, it's America's game of the week. It is the Eagles taking on the Chiefs. We all know that the nation is picking the Eagles, and so are we. We also agree with the nation. We both picked Philly to beat the Chiefs. Look, man, with Worthy out, I was not impressed with Kansas City's offense. So,
They got Travis Kelce. That's about it.
yeah, and he hasn't been doing too much either with Mahomes. So maybe that changes. I don't know. But I don't know that I just think the Eagles are gonna be too much for. I also think the Eagles need to get AJ Brown involved. That guy is a weapon, and Hurts needs to get him the ball.
God, I hope so, because I have him on my fantasy league. In the first week, it was 1 catch for 8 yards. That 1.8 killed me in my loss. Okay. Come on, AJ. We got to get it together here.
So Statman, throughout these picks, except for the Bills and Jets game, we have picked exactly the same teams. And now, just so you guys know, watching, we don't know who each other picked until see, I put in my picks first, and then Statman, after I'm all done, sends me his picks, and now we know what games if we matched up or not. So it's kind of I like to make it fun that way. I don't like to know ahead of time. But this game, what I was getting at is this game is another one where we went the opposite direction when the Falcons head into Minnesota for Sunday Night Football.
You're picking the Falcons?
I'm taking the Falcons over Minnesota.
Not gonna happen, man. JJ McCarthy, okay, in that Bears game, showed me the kind of grit and the reason why he's the starting quarterback with Minnesota. He was playing horrible, threw a pick six, was down 17-6 in that game, and turned his team around and drove right down there and just beat the hell out of the Bears. I don't know what happened or what clicked in his head, but he's a competitor. He's a dog. So
it reminded me of when Jahmyr Gibbs got it. All of a sudden, Gibbs just like clicked. Remember that last season? Same thing. Watching that game, McCarthy was struggling, and then all of a sudden it was like, bam, okay, I'm comfortable now. Here I go. But I get what you're saying. I don't know, man. I just think I think Penix is going to continue to go onward and upward, and then with Bijan as well.
you're biased.
I think Minnesota is going to have defense is going to have a tough time. That's what I think.
You're biased.
No bias there at all.
You just picked up Penix.
I did.
And I got Minnesota's defense, so ha.
Ooh, I went back and forth on my defense. I put the Niners defense in, took the Lions defense out, then I switched it back again. Hoping the Lions defense will turn it around for me. Monday night, 7 p.m., the early Monday night game. We got the Bucks heading into the Texans. I went with the Bucks, and Statman, you went with the Bucks as well. So we are right on cue with that one. I think what Baker Mayfield's doing there in Tampa Bay is good. And the Texans didn't look pretty lackluster last week. So unless they turn it around, I got to go with the team that looks like they're going to be the better team.
Their offense, definitely. I thought CJ Stroud would play a lot better. He's got a lot of weapons there. And now he's getting Christian Kirk back. That might help their offense out a little bit. But time will tell. That offense hasn't been the same since Joe Mixon left.
Yeah, and it was only 1 week, so maybe these teams have got to get things figured out and get going again. The last game of the week, Statman, is the late Monday night game at 10 p.m. The Chargers heading in to take on the Raiders. Oh, I was a little back and forth on this one. Honestly, I probably could have went either way. The Chargers looked really good. Justin Herbert looked really good. I almost went with the Chargers, but I went with the Raiders, and you went with the Raiders as well.
Raiders at home. Max Crosby against a division opponent. It's gonna be pretty good.
I think it's going to be a good game. It's going to be interesting to see if Herbert continues to play like he did last week. He played really good, and I'm hoping for a better game from Genty.
Well, you're probably hoping for a good game from Quentin Johnson too, that you just picked up.
Both teams, I want to have good games.
Come on, shootout.
I also need Devontae Adams to have a good game too.
Not gonna happen.
They all just need to go off.
It probably will happen.
I'm gonna hit over 200 this week.
That's how it usually works for me. I trade a guy away, and then he goes off the next week.
And the guy you trade for does shit. Coleman's on the sideline the whole time.
Let's hope not.
That's it, guys. That's all the games, and we are almost out of time for tonight. Hey, real quick though, we want to thank everybody that came in and joined us tonight for our Pick'em show. We love doing this show with you guys. I'm looking forward to taking over the lead in the picks after this week and solidifying myself as the champion after week 2. Because once week 2 is over, I'm going to be the leader and Statman will never catch back up. That's what's going to happen.
I'm going to be 16-0.
You can't be. Oh, you're talking about just this week. Either way, hey, again, thank you guys all for coming in. Statman, what are your final thoughts heading into week 2?
Final thoughts. Let's see. The Lions need to get their offensive line in order. The Bears need to put restrictions on Caleb Williams painting his nails. And the Miami Dolphins need to figure out who the heck's replacing Tua Tagovailoa because he is not doing the job.
And the Packers need to just shut it down. Cancel their team. We don't need you. Bye-bye.
Take your foot off the pedal. Come on, guys. Let the Lions win the division again.
Hey, for myself and my good buddy, the Statman, the one and only, thank you guys so much for being here tonight. We will see you guys Saturday for the pregame. See you then.
One pride.
One pride.
Adios.
Muchachos.